Jude appeared like a wraith behind me as I watched her go. I was no longer surprised by how silently the giant of a man could move. Why? You got money on it or something? Exactly that. How much? 100. I cursed under my breath. And which side are you on? If you get slapped, Lucas and Daniel owe me. You guys are ruthless. Jude waggled his eyebrows. We've all got to make a buck somehow. Would Grace slap me if I kissed her again? It would be worth it every single day of the week to find out. She'd packed a wallop, but I'd seen the heat in her eyes before the blow. Food's ready, Evelyn called. The shy go hungry. Grace ignored me all the way through dinner, but I felt better than I had in days. Grant was right. Being here was good for me. I definitely needed to be around people. As I watched Grace while we ate, I realized I wasn't the only person who'd needed this gathering tonight. Something was wrong. She was going through the motions of talking and smiling, but it wasn't quite authentic. Not a single one of her smiles made it to her green eyes. Had something happened? We all ate and cleared the table. It wasn't long before Grace was announcing her departure. I have an early morning, y'all. I've got to get home. Aw, are you sure? Lena asked. I didn't get you nearly as drunk as I promised. Grace laughed. It wasn't her real laugh, but God, I'd missed that sound. She never laughed around me anymore. She used to laugh around me all the time, but that was a very long time ago. I'm sure. Okay, but come make cookies with me this week. I need some more assistance. I will. A chorus of goodbyes followed, and I waited until she went out the door before I got up and started after her. Protect your face this time, Lucas called, and I threw up my middle finger at him without looking. Grace, I called as I got outside. She was already at her truck. Her shoulders visibly sagged as she heard me. I don't want to fight right now, Harlan. I stopped a few feet away. I didn't come to fight. She turned, angry tears in her eyes. Then what do you want? I want to kiss you again. I want to help you with whatever weight you're carrying. I want to go back in time and change how I handled things. I want to fix this, Grace. Fix us. Grace was silent for a long time. Then she turned and opened the door to her truck, keeping her back to me. Some things can't be fixed, Harlan. You need to stop trying.
Lena dropped the cold washcloth over her eyes and groaned. Why do I do this to myself? I smirked into my coffee. She'd poured me the cup before declaring she needed ice and dramatically flopping into one of Deja Bru's overstuffed armchairs to recover from her hangover. Do you want the real answer? Or the friend answer? I asked. Deja Brew was in the midst of its morning lull, so Lena had decided to take a break and give Evelyn one too. They deserved all the breaks they got. Lena worked harder than anyone I knew, and it paid off. Deja Brew was the go-to place in town for coffee and any kind of baked goods you could imagine, including the glazed orange swirl that currently sat on a plate beside me. Real answer? Lena moaned. You drank too much because you were simultaneously trying to forget that Jude was in the room and getting up the courage to try to jump him? She didn't respond. I softened my voice. Or you were pretending that you're more recovered from the ordeal with Evelyn's crazy ex than you are, and you're trying to prove it to both yourself and us. Ouch, Lena said. I changed my mind. I want the friend answer. I couldn't blame her for not wanting to face either of those. Because the Resting Warrior Ranch gang is a lot of fun and you love hanging out with them. She pointed at me. Yep, that's the answer I want. Right there. Then she groaned again. Everything is too loud. How much did you drink after I left? Evelyn walked out from the back of the shop. She looked pretty bad off as well.